So, what are we gonna do tonight, OCG?
Why, same thing we try to do every night, Belgium. Take over the world. I mean, Twitch. Take over Twitch. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, joined once again by my faithful manservant / Bucktotem Bertram. And this is my review for Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Well, my friends, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, originally released for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 in 2010. That's 11 years ago, in case you didn't know. And is, in fact, the sequel to Assassin's Creed 2. We once again play as Ezio Auditore, who, like most Italian men, Ezio believes himself to be God's gift to women. Nearly every woman you meet in this game is nothing but a victim to this sexual predator. That's right, sexual predator. I have it on good authority from Ubisoft themselves that Ezio is indeed a sexual predator. So, story. The villain of Assassin's Creed 2, who I will simply name Pope Borgia, is back. Turns out his death at the end of the previous game was faker than Bigfoot going to a Halloween party dressed up as a gorilla. Not only is Pope Borgia back, but this time he has his children / lovers with him. That's right, dear viewer, the Borgias embrace that sin known as incest. But I suppose we all have our vices.
If I pulled all the levers, then what would be left for you?
After Mario is brutally murdered by Bowser, Luigi sets out on a quest for... No, wait. That's another game entirely.
Ready?
After Ezio's uncle Mario is brutally murdered by the Borgias, Ezio sets out on a quest for revenge. As for the infamous present-day sequences, all 2 of them we have here, we once again get to play as Desmond Miles. Now, Desmond Miles has been called one of the most boring characters to ever grace a video game. But I beg to differ. He is not one of the most boring characters. He is the most boring character. I jest.
I can't jump this.
By Brotherhood, Desmond has become more like Nathan Drake from Uncharted. Not just because a lot of his sequences in the present involve platforming, searching the ruins of the Colosseum, etc., but for some other reason I can't quite put my finger on. Almost like Desmond and Nathan Drake were voiced by the same person. Speaking of voices, Ezio's accent in this game is faker than Willem Dafoe playing a good guy in a movie. Even his Jesus Christ had a sinister aura about him. Ezio just so happens to be voiced by the same chap who voices Sonic the Hedgehog, which raises my first concern with this game. Who decided it was a good idea to let Sonic the Hedgehog assassinate people? What next? Is Tails going to cameo in the next Grand Theft Auto? Is Knuckles going to be cast in gay pornography? Well, at least we know he'll be good at the fisting. And Ezio's voice actor also provides the voice for Chris Redfield in the Resident Evil titles. so you can imagine how disappointed I am that Ezio does not punch a boulder in this game. Or blow a zombie's head off for that matter. Guess we'll have to wait until the next Assassin's Creed game. Assassin's Creed R.I.P. What am I saying? That game already exists. It's called Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
We cannot on our own,
So,
Signore.
on to the review for Brotherhood. This is very much business as usual as far as the early Assassin's Creed games go. Assassinate villains, stalk, tail people, climb up buildings, jump off buildings, fall off buildings, blow up buildings. A lot of activities involving buildings, so you can add property damage to the many murder charges that Ezio would no doubt face if this was the real world. Whew, that reminds me, forgot to say, but you will also be fighting quite a bit in this game. Yes. Like most Assassin's Creed leads, Ezio believes himself to be very proficient in combat, hardly realizing that all you do is wait for the enemy to glow, then parry, then attack. You see, Ezio is nothing without us, the players, and he has a small penis. That's right, very small. I have it on good authority from Ezio himself that he has a small penis. Tiny even. Moving on. There are some nice set pieces in the game. I say nice despite the fact that a lot of soldiers and or people die in these sequences. Especially the one where you are using a mounted machine gun while being chased by soldiers on horseback. Perhaps instead of calling the games Assassin's Creed, they should be called Mass Murderer Creed. Though, I will admit, that's not quite as catchy as Assassin's Creed. What else can I tell you about this game? Oh yes! The online mode that was part of the PlayStation 3 version is thankfully not present in the PlayStation 4 version, so I don't even have to mention it. Even though I just have. Damn it! Games like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood remind me why I love the older Assassin's Creed games. Yes! 'Twas the same formula over and over, just set in a different time period.
We have to
but
find that
I
password.
will take that
Ezio
any
knows the
day
answer. Problem
over
is,
the
he's dead.
RPG,
We're stuck
Dark
here.
Souls, Shadow of Mordor clone Assassin's Creed has become now. As far as I'm concerned, the Assassin's Creed games ended with Syndicate. My second favourite in the series, if you must know. Feel free to have a guess what my favourite is. And no, it is not Assassin's Creed 2. In fact, my only real gripe with Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is that Ezio's story wrap-up is incredibly rushed, including his confrontation with the true villain of this game, who I will simply name Borgia Jr. Overall, Brotherhood is, for me, one of the better Assassin's Creed games, and it is still just as enjoyable to play through now as it was back in the year this game originally released. Therefore, I am going to give Assassin's Creed
maybe it has something to do with
Brotherhood
this.
a 7.5 out of 10. Well, there you have it, ladies and
Single match is the one on the
gentlemen.
door to the
My
bar.
review for Assassin's Creed
1419,
Brotherhood.
1420,
If you've enjoyed this
1421.
little review of mine,
What if they
don't
aren't dates?
forget to give me a
1419,
thumbs up.
1420.
If you haven't enjoyed it, well then, feel free to
Oh
give
my
me a
God.
thumbs down.
What?
Please don't forget to hit that
God.
like, subscribe,
already.
bell
I
button
am.
thingy.
The
Jump
Temple
over to my
Graviton,
Twitch
the 72
channel if
names
you
of
are
God.
so
You see?
inclined.
They're all
But
contained within 3
remember the
verses.
single
Exodus
most
19
important
to
thing
21.
that I
And get
always
this, you'll like
tell
this.
you,
If
dear
you arrange
viewer,
the four
and that
figure
is to
opposite
always
God's name within an
stay
equilateral triangle,
obsessed.
their numerical values
With
add up to the same number. 72.
gaming!
Absolutely sure about this.
That's
Yeah.
kind of why I'm saying it out loud, Rebecca, yeah, but I haven't got to the kicker yet. Construction on the Colosseum began in the year 72.
I think we have our password.
Sean, go get the van.